In this tutorial, we will see how to recreate the tablet-oriented app example tablet UI included in the Lianja App Builder distribution. Here I've already built two pages, employees and customers, using the Southwind database and standard sections, and I've set the accordion behavior attribute on both to true. This means that the sections will expand and collapse automatically to just show the selected section. The Customers page has the usual Customers Form section and related orders and order details grids that we saw in the Getting Started tutorials. For the Customers Form section, I've used the Dividers button in the Form tools to add a subtitle and a column divider. And both of these have CSS style properties set and the gradient disabled. I've also changed the caption position and increased the size for both the captions and the data, and added in borders, margins and spacing. Experiment with these to get the look and size you want. The grids have a CSS file specified in their CSS style property. I've just dragged this in from the example tablet UI app. While I have the Explorer window open, I'll drag in the sidebar CSS file so I can use it later. Other than that, I've just added section captions and chosen the header buttons to be displayed. The Employees page has a Catalogue View section. See the Catalogue View tutorial video to learn how to set this up. A Main Employee Information Form section. I just dragged the Employees table onto the page, removed the fields that I didn't need, and set the last name field as the search field. I have also increased the caption and data sizes here. Remember, that's in the section attributes. A separate web view section for the employee varchar memo notes field was created by dragging the field onto the page. I then have an attachments section for the attachments table. You add an attachments section using the form tools. And then set the properties to match the fields from your attachments table. Finally, I have a calendar section for the employee's calendar table. Again, add this using the form tools. Then set the attributes to match the fields from the selected table. I've used the Relationship Builder to relate the Master Employee Information section to the detail sections. Again, section captions and header buttons have been set. Since the sections are going to be displayed individually, I'm going to add the notes and photo fields into the main Employees Information section. I'm going to add in a spacer first, then just drag in the notes field and the photo field. I'll set the height and width for the photo. And I want the notes field displayed in line instead of in a separate column, and full width. So the pages and their sections are ready. We now just need to add in the navigation panel and set the page accordions to work as stacks. At this point, I would recommend firing up the App Inspector to give you easy access to your section names and captions. Open the Employees page attributes. We don't want the left sidebar shown, but we do want the navigation panel and its caption. And now we're going to create a text file as the data source for the navigation panel. Click the button to go into the script editor in the Apps workspace. Each line in the text file can be used to define a navigation panel item. The first element of the line is the text to be displayed. Elements are separated with a hash character. The second element is the icon, which I'm going to deal with later, and the third is the page section to be selected. So I'll add in another separator and then specify my first page and section. Use the App Inspector to remind you of your section names and captions. So I'm going to add in an item for each of my sections. Lines starting with an exclamation mark are non-selectable and can be used as headers or separators. They take an optional colour element. I'll add in one each for employees and customers. Let's save that and take a look. Okay, so we need to set the attributes on the customers page too. So, no left sidebar. We do want to show the navigation panel and its caption, and we want to access the text file for the app. So now it's selecting the sections, we just need to work on the appearance. Back in the Employees page, in the attributes, scroll down to the navigation panel again, and we're going to increase the row size and the font size, and we're going to add in some CSS styling. At the beginning of the tutorial, we copied in the CSS file from the example tablet UI app, which we will use here. Feel free to experiment and customize it. Back in the Page Builder and the Page attributes, copy the name of the CSS file so that we can paste it into the Customers attributes. And we'll set the row height and font size to match those on the Employees page. Let's finish off the nav panel text file by adding in the icon file names. They can be accessed from the app. You can drag files from Explorer into the app folder, or reference them directly from the library. I'm going to add in the icons for the rest of the navigation items. Once complete, save and return to the Page Builder. Flick into Runtime View. A couple of last things to do. We only want to see a single section, not the full accordion, and we want to hide the navigation menu and the navigation history. Switch back to Development View And in the page attributes, set stacked behavior at runtime for both pages. Then in the app settings, disable navigation history and navigation menu. Now take a look at the finished app in Runtime View.